So today we're going to do Mummy Mountain at Mount Charleston. This is Trail Canyon Trailhead. Is the trailhead. And it's somewhere beyond there. So we're going up Trail Canyon for a couple of miles, hitting the North Loop for a little bit, then we're going to go after Mummy Mountain, see how we get on. So pretty much going up for 2 miles, a little bit more. Yeah, really nice scenery, really quiet. It's about 6:15 on a Saturday. I haven't seen anyone yet. So yeah, nice so far. Just over a mile, 1.1 miles. Really nice alpiney. Heard a few woodpeckers. See if we can get any views. See a slight mountain in the distance there, but yeah. First little obstacle. So here's our first view of Charleston Peak there. We're at 1.6 miles in roughly. So we're losing tree coverage now, so if it's cold out you'll warm up a bit. So yeah, we're still pressing on. So there's an intersection just here where if you go that way you end up at Fletcher Peak. You can carry on over there, you know, to another trail that leads up to Fletcher Peak. Then if you go this way, we're heading towards, well, I think we're on the North Loop now, technically I suppose. We're about 2 miles in, and we're just going to take the North Loop a little bit, and then we're going to cut right up to Mummy Mountain. So we're already getting some really nice views. After the first 2 miles, it starts leveling out a bit. Well, not really leveling, but it's more rolling and less painful, I suppose. And there's yeah, Charleston Peak up there. So now we're getting a better view of where we're going to end up soon, which is just up there. Alright, so here's the range here, and I believe it's because it looks like a mummy lying down, like an Egyptian mummy in a sarcophagus or something like that. So that's where it gets its name. Mount Charleston looks like it has its own climate right now, like a little cloud. It's really cool. So here's the spring. It's mid-May right now, so there's a little snow on the mountains, as you saw earlier, but not really that much. But the spring is drinkable. When I was coming down Mount Charleston one day, I drank about 1 litre of this, just a bit more than a quart. It's 2.6 miles in, so if you came ill prepared, you have the option. So yeah, pretty good, clean water. I had no problems afterwards, no squits or anything like that, so you're safe there. But from here we get a nice view of the whole ridge there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's some really nice trail edges here now. Just kissing the side of the mountain, great views of the whole range, and we're still just over a mile off. So we're going to be at our turn-off to the Mummy Mountain soon, and this is what it looks like just before the turn-off. Apparently it's quite easy to miss. We'll see. But just before we turn off, you can see some great views. It's probably hard to make out, but right there is where we parked. So I come a good way. 3.4 miles. So that'll be when you're looking to turn off. So there's a marking in this tree here. There's a little M, look, and an arrow. It is really hard to see. You sort of have to know it's here, really. And believe it or not, there's a Strava segment up and down here, which is crazy. If you carry on up the North Loop here, it's another 5.2 miles, I think it is, roughly. That's what I remember anyway, to Charleston Peak. The first 2 miles on this trail we've just done, really hard, probably the hardest bit of the North Loop, but obviously you have that in your legs, so yeah, it's a tough hike, and the last mile is really tough too, but it's a really nice hike. But yeah, this is where we start scaling Mummy Mountain, so up here. So you can see here it's pretty loose footing. I've got some La Sportivas on, which is like the steel toe capped shoe of the running world. Obviously there's not steel in there, but they're really rugged, so, and I'm still falling back on these stones a little. So yeah, it's pretty tough going. Not marked at all, but yeah, it's just a case of orienteering skills, and having some offline maps are really useful. So things like maps.me, yeah, really handy right now. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if it's possible in winter. I mean, I suppose if you bring poles, anything's possible really. But yeah, I recommend poles or gloves if you just like a leisurely hiker. It's pretty tough on your hands if you get down and use your hands. But if you go slow and lean, you know, you don't need to use your hands, but it's really loose. You definitely need some hiking footwear to get up here, easily anyway. And this is the footing, if you're curious. Camera doesn't do it justice, but I don't know, it feels like 20% incline. It's probably not, I might be way off, but it's pretty steep. It's getting windy and cold. I got a head cold. Really hard hill. What we at? Hard to see. 3.6 miles, hour 24. Almost there, but you know, the last bit is the hardest, so let's keep going. So when you've finally done that little climb there, you'll be rewarded by a nice log. Then immediately turn right. The sun's not on our side. Then we're going to go immediately right, pretty much a right angle, and climb across the ridge to the summit. So while I found a bit of shade from the sun, we're sort of just following it up here. It's not very well marked at all, so you pretty much just need to know you're going up there and work your way up. If I see anything obvious, I'll point it out in the video, but yeah, I got some really nice views, and Charleston Peak in the background over there. So it's pretty exposed at the moment. There's a nice view of the whole valley, Mount Charleston, everything over this edge, but once I dip this camera too far, you'll hear all the wind, and yeah, but yeah, really nice views. So you'll be presented with a rock. I'm just heading left off that. But this is the first time we can sort of see over the back and everything. It's really cool. So our first bit of snow near us. We're mid-May, so yeah, still some snow. So we're just climbing up an almost unmarked trail here. You can see the faintest zigzag, but not really anything. I'm just seeing things I want to see, but yeah, it's climbing up the gravel to the top. Then we're going to follow the ridge round to the left. So we've found a marked trail again, and yeah, we're almost there. I say half of a mile more. We're just going through some trees now, so we got rid of that wind. So the camera's not doing it justice, but this is a really nice ledge with great views. Let's see if I can stop panting while I pan the camera for a second. But we'll get a better one at the top, but yeah, it's really cool. So I just followed this ridge trail here. It's a little bit of guesswork on my part, but I'm presented with this log here. There's a little crack in the rock that looks sort of like that. So that's what we're looking like. I'm going to try and go up here. It might be the way, you know, it's not marked, but yeah, let's give it a go. So yeah, it looks kind of like this. Little hole in a rock here. it's just loose big rocks. I wouldn't say it's dangerous really. Yeah, it looks pretty easy. So there it is. It's just really annoying if anything, and if you travel in a group you don't really want to send a stone down to them behind, but you know, you're not going to die on it. So yeah, when you get up that little rough rocky bit, you'll be presented with pretty much a flat plain. So I'm going to go left, and I believe the technical summit, whatever you want to call it, is down there. But I'll go right as well, just to take it all out. But yeah, it's a really flat top with amazing views, but we'll see those in a second. So here we are right at the top. Oh, great views of the whole range, pretty much 360 views. You know, like I said, it's a flat top, so you can just meander up here, and there's a few rock edges, so you can probably slip a tent at the edge of one and, you know, get out the exposure of the elements. Charleston Peak, you know, it's not much higher than this, to be honest. Some people say this is harder, but really it's because the elevation comes in one go. At least you got another 4 point something miles to spread it out up Charleston Peak. But yeah, it's really flat on top. Yeah, anyone can get up here. It's not specialist or anything. You don't need to be a stereotypical hiker with a beard that drinks their own widow or anything like that. You know, it's not dangerous. I saw a lot of reviews online saying, oh, you know, when you get to the top it's really dangerous, I had to turn back. Nah, it's not at all. You know, use your hands, and even if you did slip, you're not going to die. There's no way it's steep enough for you to continuously roll down the mountain. There's no way. But yeah, this is the top. This is the summit. Yeah, really cool. It took, let's see, 1 hour. I don't know if you can read that. It's so bright up here. There we go. 1 hour 52. 26-minute miles. I stopped to have some food, take pictures, take this video, enjoy myself. So yeah, this is a nice hike. You know, allow between 1 hour 30 and maybe 3 hours, something like that. Yeah, it's really cool, and you get some great views of this scenery for miles and miles and miles. We're just gonna go over this other side now and see what's over there. So here's the ammo box, a little survey mark. I don't know why I have a habit of tagging those, it just seems the thing to do. It doesn't give you magical powers, I can confirm. So here's the ammo box. Let's see what we got inside. No treats. You know, I might drop a muscle milk in there. I didn't eat it, so we can sign a little notepad. Pretty cool. Yeah, so sign our name. People say this is a false summit. I suppose it's because that bit's like 5 meters higher, but to be honest, if you've dragged yourself up here, you know, well done, whatever you did. It's not easy going. But yeah, so we're gonna head down in a minute. But we're going to enjoy the views for 20 or so minutes, you know, make it worth it, then yeah, start heading down. And I like the little trail someone started to try and build. That's pretty cool. So maybe in a few years it'll be better marked after that, you know, Scree portion where you know, on your hands and knees. So yeah, this is it. Mummy Mountain, Mount Charleston. Yeah, not too far from about 40 minutes from the Strip, Las Vegas. And yeah, really nice flat peak, so you can have a picnic and go all the way around it. If you want to be the hero of your family, you can bring a Christmas tree home, but you know, yeah, for the serious people, I'm joking. Alright, not gonna lie, this is pretty fun. You can just pretty much ski down it, is great. Coming down that was probably the best part of the whole hike, to be honest. I was just flying down. Obviously, if there's hikers coming up, you don't want to be in our butthole and fling stones at them, but you have good visibility, so yeah, really fun. Highly recommend getting balls to the wall down there. So let's get back to the trailhead. So back at the trailhead now. It was really nice coming down. It's just straight down, you can fly down the hill. So there it is, 8.64 miles. I don't know if you can see that. 2 hours 43, almost 19-minute miles. You know, I was snacking, having fun, taking videos. It was great. So you know, that's rough timings if you're interested. People wise, Saturday morning, starting out at you know, just after 6 a.m. I saw absolutely no one going up. I think one person on North Loop, you know, taking their tent down, but that's about it. But what a lot of people do, they hike up the first 2 miles to that kind of lookout where I took the video of the sort of controlled explosions earlier, and then they go back again. So the first 2 miles gets pretty busy. It's not bad going up, but coming down, especially if you're running down, you got to do a bit of weaving. But you can see the car park now. It's, you know, it's rammed, and we're 6:70. Yeah, just over 9 a.m. So you want to get out early. In the week, it's not that busy at all, really. But you know, regardless, if you start early, it's okay. Animal-wise, I saw one woodpecker, one lizard, and you know, that's about it, really. No mountain lions, snakes, or anything like that. The crux of it was definitely the scree, you know, the loose rocks. Then maybe followed by the big boulders near the top. But if you're traveling in a group, maybe go one at a time on the very last bit, just because you can get a boulder in, you know, one of your group's face. You don't want that. Otherwise, it's okay. Getting down it again, it's a little bit ropey just because you're coming down, but if you sort of sit back and use your hands, you know, it's not too bad, really. If you want to carry on to Charleston Peak, then yeah, you can do that on the North Loop. You'll pass a lot of people doing that, but people tend to take the south loop to Charleston Peak. So again, even that trail is a bit dry if you're going Charleston Peak on this. So if you know, if you're one of those people that don't like people that much, then go early. If you do like people, go late, but you'll struggle to park. Weather-wise, May through late September, really nice time to go. I don't recommend Mummy Mountain in the winter unless you're quite experienced, like I sort of mentioned before. And shoes, I definitely recommend hiking shoes just because of the loose rocks, all times of the year, really. If you go in the North Loop to Charleston Peak, then you can get away with, you know, flats, trainers. I've done it before, it's no problem at all. So I think that's everything I've touched on now. It's getting a bit warm now, so gonna head home and get a hot bath. I hope you like the video, and check out my other ones of Charleston Peak, Griffith Peak, and other places in Vegas too, and outside Vegas. Thank you for watching.